Good morning, everyone. Good
Hi.
evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's afternoon for Aleš.
Yeah,
It's morning for me. It's evening for people further away around the world. And welcome to everyone who's watching online after the fact. Uh, a lovely July 5th to everyone. How are you, Aleš?
fine.
Yeah.
In the summer residence in a
Yes.
camp on the sea.
You can see the tents, one on each
Mhm.
side, one behind you there. Very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. Well, that's a hard life. Actually, I would find it
yeah.
hard to concentrate and actually do any work in a place like that. It looks
Oh,
so
I can
relaxing.
do it. I can focus on what I'm doing. That's programmers think.
Yeah,
Once
that's
you
true.
program, you switch off the world around you.
It's so true, actually. Yes. Well, it was funny because my wife, we have a pool, and my wife was swimming, and she said it's so the sun is so bright, and with the reflection,
Mhm.
doesn't that bother you? And I was thinking, I don't see the sun when I'm swimming in the pool. All I see is my whiteboard in my mind and the programming that I'm doing, the next problem I'm trying to solve. So I guess
True.
I gotta just sit. Anyways, let's see. Do we have some people live watching us? Tommy Buck is here. K Knight, Victim Breakfast Joke is here. Sharon Haynes, John Tyner. Excellent, and welcome to everyone else who comes throughout the live cast, and those again who are watching after the fact. So that's great. So we actually have a couple questions. So that's always nice when there are actual questions in the G2G post. And for those who are here live, please feel free to add your questions in the chat, and we will get to those. But Aleš, there was one big question. It didn't make it into this G2G post, but it's probably the one that you get asked most often. And that
Mhm.
is, how do you pronounce your name properly?
Well, that's easy. You just read what it's written. Aleš.
Aleš. That's right. Yeah. So if you see Aleš's
And
name right properly, the S has a little half
hatchet.
circle above it. I don't know what
Yeah.
that symbol's called. It's some type of
Sh.
accent.
Sh.
Sh. So you pronounce it
Sh.
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 Alesh. And your last
Aleš.
name?
Trtnik.
Trtnik.
Trtnik. And you read it like Trtnik.
Trtnik.
It's
There you
hard.
go.
TRT is hard to pronounce for uh, some language in some languages.
Yeah. Well, having those three consonants right in a row,
Hmm.
it's hard to think of what. So I guess for me, it's like I pretend there's a little e in the middle of it there. I don't know if that's the proper way to do it, but yeah. Otherwise, it just makes it too hard.
but I answer to all variations,
All
whatever
variations.
you can pronounce.
That's great. Excellent.
We had a lot of fun in Starbucks
Oh,
because they were never able to spell my daughter's name, and she was all sorts of things, but
oh my
never
goodness.
what she really is.
That's right. Yeah, because
So
they actually write the
Alia,
name on a cup,
Olga,
right?
yeah, and never.
Never. Okay. You
They
almost just
never
say
got
just
it
put down one
right.
initial. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or I could say I'm John, then
Yeah,
I
that's
would
right.
just
There you go.
listen to.
That would do it.
That
That
would
would
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Welcome, Trisha has joined us from beautiful Florida. Speaking of Florida, I don't know what the weather's like over there. Well, it looks like it's very sunny from the tent in behind
Yeah,
you
we
there.
have Sunny.
Got a beautiful sunny day here too.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if you heard the news. Apparently, Monday we the planet hit a record, the hottest day on the planet. They took all the average temperatures, and
Really?
which isn't probably not a good thing.
It's hot.
It's yeah,
I think each year is a bit hot, is half a degree more or something like that. I mean, it's getting hotter and
yeah,
hotter
that's
here.
right. That's right. Well, speaking of names, uh, now let me think. I'm trying to say, do you pronounce it joke or do you pronounce it yoke or yoka? Anyways, they're saying that three consonants is bad, but Dutch has a word with 8 consonants in a row. Angstroya. Wow, that's quite the record. I wonder what that means. Like angst usually means worry or concern or something. So tell us how to pronounce your first name and what Angstroya means. That would be curious. But we are digressing from the topic. Ask Aleš anything. Well, we did ask you something. We asked you the second way. Second way is how you pronounce yoke. Cry of fear is what. Cry of fear. Oh no, and we lost Aleš again. Okay, so just before we came online, when I signed in, Aleš wasn't here because his Wi-Fi had dropped out. Then he switched to cell phone Wi-Fi, which worked until someone phoned him, and that booted him out. So I don't know if someone's trying to phone him again. Cry of fear is how I am feeling right now. But we are going to go. Let's have a look at the question.
Great, I'm back.
You're back, yay! Well, we were just about to. I was just going to show them the questions that we're going to cover, just to stall for time while you were coming back.
Well, you could probably answer a question or two.
Oh, well, I mean, we could try that. We'll see how that goes. So the first one, I actually did start trying to answer this one for Kathy, in case you never did come back. So I actually have, I'm sort of halfway there. So if you want, I will lead you through my thought process, and then you can come and swoop in at the end and show me the easy way to do it.
Okay, let's do that.
It's time to dance. Yes, Trisha, you're right. So Greg is dancing on the spot here. So Kathy's question is, if I have a one name study with subcategories and I'm able to use the map setting, am I able to use the map setting on WikiTree Plus to see where everyone lived? And she gave me an example, which actually takes me to all of the street name studies. And so I just picked this first one here, Hampshire branch. So there are 12 people in this one place study, one street name study. So I thought, well, if I go to WikiTree Plus, and I've taken to using Aleš's short form to get there, just starting typing plus, and then my browser fills it in because I've gone there so often now. But there, anytime you see this little symbol with the WikiTree and the plus symbol, it'll take you right there. So you can get there however you want. I'm going to close up suggestions, and I'm going to open up search. And let's see, let me put that back here. So it was the Hampshire branch street name studies. So my first thought is, well, what if I just search for, because the last time I discovered that even though there's lots of special keywords, we can often get to where we want to just by typing in the words that we're looking for and not worry about the keywords for now. If I just type in Hampshire branch, let's see what that pulls up. So it found more than 500 of them. So I'm going to have to narrow that down. But just for curiosity's sake, let's see what happens when we go to the map. 587 profiles. So that's kind of interesting. Now, because I didn't do anything special with Hampshire branch, my theory is that this is pulling up any WikiTree profile that has the word Hampshire or the word branch in it. Is that true?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you get all the ones from Australia, Europe, US, and so on.
Okay. Now,
so
if I put it in quotes,
it won't make a difference.
It won't make a difference.
It's already quoted. You could make a difference if you would, if you want to go by location. So if you would say location equals or category equals.
Okay.
For instance, you can try category equals. Actually, is it category? It's something. Just a second. Let's check the help.
Okay. Category.
So for categories, you have category word equals. So
category word.
Yep.
Okay. Where did you do? Oh, when I went to help, I lost where I was, wasn't I? Yeah. Okay.
You can go back probably.
Category word.
Word. So this is now just from the category name, it looks in for a Hampshire branch in category names.
Okay.
But still, here on the right, if you now search for Hampshire, you will see where that name is found, and so you got North Branch Cemetery, New Hampshire, for instance. So from where it came. So
if I do this, I copy.
Yes, if a profile has multiple categories, then it will look all of them for these two words, not each of them. Just so you can get overlap. So to compensate for that, you can use category full, and then you write a full category name, and then it searches for exactly that category.
Okay.
So
category full.
Now
that's interesting. I should get 12 though. I've only got 5. Are some of them private?
Are they private? Yes, that could be.
Now, if they're private, would they show up here?
It is also possible that they were changed within the last 2 weeks, because the categories are updated only once a week.
Okay. Now, I copied the category from this table here, so it has underscores instead of spaces. Is that a problem?
Yeah, it should have underscores. Okay. Oh, this was actually wrong. It must have underscores.
Oh, okay. So I was right before.
But all of them.
Every single space has to be underscored. Okay. It's only giving me 5.
Yeah.
So I'm
most likely they were added in the last other 7 profiles were added this week.
Okay. Well, let's just see that and see what we get.
Okay, I understood different question. I understood the question differently. Like she wants to find all the profiles in street name study.
Right.
And in all subcategories.
Oh, in all of them.
Yeah. Okay, let me share now.
Yeah, okay. You take over. Oh, there he is. He's taking over.
Where is it? Here, back. So for street name study, you get really a lot of matches.
Right. Oh, you typed in street name study this time. Okay.
Yeah, the name of the study. I understood, or is it a name study, or wait, what was in the question?
Let's go back to the question. The question was, if I have a one-name study with subcategories.
So it's one-name study with location categories. So, okay, let's go to name. Let's first find what we will be looking for.
So I wonder if the Hampshire branch, if that was too specific. What if we went to something like Virginia? Does it have subcategories?
Okay.
Well, you're putting the query right in the URL line up there.
Well, I wanted to come to the one-name studies.
Right.
And I'm of course wrong. Okay. I wanted actually to come to this one to navigate, and now we can see. So, for instance, Abbott name study has these subcategories.
Okay.
So, okay, we can try with this one. So
Okay.
if we are searching for Abbott name study,
Okay.
Okay, we will get 250 profiles that are
Part of the Abbott name study.
in the category. But you can also use the, as you can see in the search query, in search help. Let me. So we the text search. Here it is. So for categories, there is a special thing. You can search subcategories.
Oh.
So you can, if you write subcategory 1, it will go 1 level deep. Or subcategory up to subcategory 9, it will go 9 levels deep in the search. So you need to write. So here in the search, we would say subcategory 1 equals Abbott name study. So like this. And now we got 280 profiles. So also the one like profiles like main, Abbott name study, and so on.
Oh, okay.
So now we got all the profiles in the name study or in any of the subcategories. Or actually, we can. Okay, it was just 1 level, but we can also put subcat. Oh, actually, some were bigger. Let me see which one. They also have more subcategories. So if we here increase the level, so we can see Abbott has also is divided further by states and so on.
Right.
So now with subcat 9, we got all these profiles in any of the subcategory of the one name study, and that's 397 of them. And then you just click show on map, and you will see them.
There we are.
So this
wow,
is
they're definitely
yeah,
they're very specific. Like they're clustered in. You can, there's obviously an English cluster. There's
yeah, they are probably. It seems
yeah.
they are here. It's a lot of them. So in Ireland and in
Ireland,
near Manchester.
Interesting.
So,
and even in the States, they seem more along the eastern side of the States as opposed to the western.
Yeah, well, all the profiles are more eastern side based.
It's fun. Well, I just would have like Abbott to me seems like a fairly generic English name that I would have expected would be evenly distributed around like Smith, but I guess not.
Well, we can.
Or we just don't have all the extras.
Main.
Obviously, I don't have any Abbotts in my family, so I'm not familiar at all with the family.
Or we can just check the United States ones.
Right.
So they were. So the name was United States Abbott name study. And you enter this as a subcategory name, and it will all check also the subcategories. So we have Maine, Massachusetts, and so on. We have 80 profiles, and we can display them.
Okay.
So now we have only the US ones, and okay, this one has no location. I mean yeah, well,
that's the middle of the world.
This is the problem.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's how you can search for subcategories of any category, actually.
Great.
So you can go. You find a country or cemetery region, and then find all the profiles in all cemeteries and so on.
Great. Okay. Kay has a question that if we can't do it right now with WikiTree Plus, just wait a little, because once we pose a question to Aleš, and if he can't solve it, then he'll figure out a way to make it added to the. It seems you're a magician that way, Aleš.
Okay, yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago I had such a question.
Okay.
So I added a new possibility. So we can now search by relation.
I saw that come out, and that's great.
So here, so you can search for just by father or mother or parents, both parents. So for instance,
that's excellent. See, Kay's right. Just wait a minute and he'll add it.
Okay, so we are searching for all Slovenia, or well, let's take my. So that's my profile.
Right.
Oh, actually, it's my managed profile. Let's take my father. Okay. Oh, that's Alia, actually. Okay. So this is his profile, and now I can add a relation equals. Hey, Mir. Relation equals parents, and I will lose my father from the results, but I will have his parents.
His parents.
And I can actually add another, again the same. Now I will get his great parents.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Or is it just parents?
It should work. It did work.
I thought you just put parents twice in a row. Like instead of relation equals twice in a row. Or maybe I read it wrong.
I don't know. Relation equals parents. Or here you can also use add parents, and it will keep the father's profile and add the other ones. So relation equals parent. Oh, I deleted.
Was there an extra character?
Nope, something. Okay, it is possible that this no longer works.
Oh no!
I know that initially it did, but then afterwards I were doing some optimizations, and I didn't check this one. But the point is, you can actually search for whatever. I mean, this is a demonstration on a single profile. But you can also search, I don't know, let's say, some profiles. Okay, from Manchester, we have. Oh, this will actually be two. So Manchester, and let's take 17th century. So we have a certain result set. So 600 profiles, and I want their parents.
Okay.
Not them, but their parents. And these are parents. Now from 600 profiles, I will get 500 different ones, actually.
Right.
And then I can check. And I can now exclude not Manchester. And so and I will exclude all parents that also lived in Manchester. So now we have all that were from elsewhere and came to Manchester. Actually, their child was born there, whose child was born in Manchester.
Born in Manchester, yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And you can
So the child was born in
maybe,
Manchester, but
okay.
the parents were
No,
not born in Manchester.
actually, we can try this one. Both and parent and child, both of them that are born in Manchester. So these 170 profiles were in Manchester, lived in Manchester, and their children also. And you can actually repeat that multiple times if it will work, of course. So now get profiles. Okay, so now we have 68 profiles where 3 generations were all in Manchester.
So Valen worked with the double relation equals parents.
Yeah, because I got additional word in between. I think this one
interesting.
doesn't work. Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay.
I could also say male.
And then, yeah.
This is interesting in DNA, for some DNA searches or something like that.
Yes, to be able to limit it to just one line, yeah.
And actually, and then another thing that I added recently was, let's give female. Is at the bottom you have search log. Now here it's explanation of how the results are created. So Manchester 17th century returned 600 profiles. Then this is the relation equals parent, reduced it to 500. Then I queried female, it's 14 millions of them, and merge with 500, and you have 248 remaining. And their parents, you're back to 800, and query Manchester with 60,000 profiles. And between these two numbers, and you have 35 results at the end.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Well, I had to add this because some queries might get so complicated that you really, I mean, I need to see what's found and what's not.
Yeah.
So this is
that's very cool. So for data nerds like myself, that is very interesting. Yeah, to see what's happening in behind the screens. That's very cool.
Yes, but then when you go to the next page of the results, it just says
it stays the same. Or did it change?
It should say just cached. Aha, cached. Okay. So it's just cached because the search was performed the first query when you clicked get profiles, and then I remember the results, so the next navigation is faster. I don't actually do the searches for each when you are paging through the results.
Right. Yeah. Can you go back to the bottom of this page there again?
Yep.
Because I see the group by, and you've showed us.
Yeah. Okay. I found the problem, and now it displays all the time as it should.
Good.
So now, whenever you have some query results, you can analyze almost any field in this result set. So here we can see we have 53 males and 40 females. Or we can analyze last names at birth, and 7 unknown, 5 are named Manchester. Cool. We have Ellen, Mosley, Leach, and so on. So you can do from. Okay, let's take a bigger result set. Cool. So Manchester 17th century. We have 600. Okay, let's go to 18th century. And now if we group by last name and birth, let's also limit this to location equals Manchester.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so we will lose the Manchester last names. and analyze it by last name at birth. So we have Alan, Lee, Smith, unknown, and so on. You get all the names counted and displayed. You can also display. Okay, now birth century will not have actually any function, but you can group by birth region. So we will see now England Lancaster has 1,800 profiles, United States Massachusetts Bay 517. So you get all sorts, you get all values in the result set. So actually, but here the problem is that I queried any location, and I'm doing the group just by birth location. So I should actually here query for birth location, Manchester. So now we will get, they will all be in, they should all be
right?
In
Lancashire.
Lancashire. Oh, it's still.
Well,
okay.
There must be some.
No. Okay, this is birth location. So that just means that word Manchester is in birth location field.
Yeah. So in Massachusetts, there's a Manchester, isn't there?
Yeah. Actually, I should use birth region. And we don't have it. Yeah, sure. I should birth region should be Lancashire. So like this. So now we will get.
We'll get birth Manchester and all the other places.
Birth region will show just. It should show just. Lancashire. Why is 30,000 profiles. There are here, but I could analyze that region now.
Okay. Yes.
So we will see, you can see the migration patterns. So
yes.
13,000 stayed here. Some migrated to other England places and to Australia, US, and so on. Or by that country also would be interesting. That country would be interesting analyze. So for 16,000 we don't have that country, and for the remaining ones are the numbers here. But now, since we already since birth location was so we have all the profiles here, you can then also again analyze birth location, and now you will see how the locations are actually written and recognized as Lancashire, England. So we have Devon and so on. You get all the names.
Well, so this would be a great tool if you're looking at cleaning up locations and trying to standardize them or make sure that they're legitimate ones. This would be a nice way to just look at the big list.
I would actually, if you want to, I would actually say birth location equals and if we put here, where is the, okay, here. So Manchester, Lancashire, get profiles. Well, I get them. I guess other people are trying the WikiTree.
Yes, that happens, doesn't it? It slows down halfway through the live cast if other people try things. Oh, I'd like to try that too.
Okay, we have 1,200 profiles. And now their birth locations.
Should all be Manchester.
Birth location, show. So
But they're not all the exact same.
no, the 1,000 we have 1,000 time this is entered. Then without commas is used 26 times. This one is without England, and then also further subdivision
Right.
and other variations. Like here we have a comma at the end. Here we have double comma and so on. I mean, you have all sorts of entries
Oh, wow.
for locations, as you can see. So this is fine to do to play with the data. You can also check, I don't know, categories on these profiles. So we have 35 out of 1,200, 35 have Manchester have the category, and all the others don't. Actually, probably they do have. Yeah, 35, and then with this pattern, you get 4 and 3 more, and so. But you can see most of the data here.
That's good.
And also some typos and so on.
Right. That's right. Yeah. So Kay asked if we could see the group by choices, but that was 6 minutes ago. So Kay, I hope this helped.
Group by choices.
Yeah. So the list. I guess maybe you've been scrolling up and down that list pretty quickly. So. It could be that maybe just
group fields are actually all the fields that you enter, so gender, and status, prefix, and so on. All the names, all the last names.
There's prefix there. Someone asked. This is a related diversion. Someone had sent me a message that the fan chart says that, like in the tree app version, anyways, says that you can show their prefix or suffix on in the fan chart, and I have the setting there, but the setting actually doesn't do what it says it does. It just ignores. You can click on it, but it ignored it.
So okay, I'm not ignoring it. So we have 10 misters.
You're not ignoring it.
That's 5 stars.
But he gave me an example of his family that had a junior and a senior, like, so they used the suffix. But I needed to find some examples. Well, I still need to find some examples that have prefixes, and I didn't know how to find that. But of course, this would be a place. So if I just pick,
of course, this is one way.
If I do something like country equals England, and then put prefix, some of those will have prefixes. Yeah.
Or you can even search for prefix equals Mr.
Do we is Mr. and Mrs. are those allowable prefixes? Those seem
they are used.
Yeah, I guess.
So now we only have Misters.
Misters, there's all the Misters.
So other than we also had so these are the names. You can also short name, full name, and then it goes further with locations. So also birth century. So you get time distribution of the results.
Nice.
And then location, country, recognized country and region. Same for death, age of death. Then if a person has father, father status, has mother, and so on. Privacy, if it's connected, the categories that are used, templates that are used, project templates that are used on a profile, managers, and project managers.
Can you choose okay, I was going to say, can you choose the categories, and let's see what that one looks like.
Well, categories is a bit complicated because because it's a combination of categories represents one group. So this is one group. And here is another group, and another one is here from is this. This is one. Because each combination gets counted once, not by unsourced. You can. I mean, it's hard to display by each category because maybe I could do it, but I mean, it would complicate things. Once I will get a request for that, I might do it, but for now, it's like this. So if you check the managers, you see the managers of this result set.
Right.
And again, here is a combination of two.
Oh. Because yeah.
It's the same principle as for categories, the plan, and so on. So this grouping is interesting to play with to see what the results contains.
Right. Very nice. Okay. We did have one other question that showed up in the G2G post, and that was from Tommy Buck, who's with us. I think Tommy was with us. Yeah, he was the first one to say good morning to us. And his question was, where do I find the report that shows how many times a particular location is used and which profiles are using that location?
A report that a particular location is used. So well,
no, I
probably.
I think we just
what
do what
location is this?
You
can just search for. So you just enter birth location, and you can put Manchester. Okay, England is obsolete. Is not really needed, and this should return all the profiles that have these two words in the birth. And then, of course, if you group it by birth location, birth location is here.
Here. There you go.
You get so Manchester. This one is used 9,300 times, and so on. So without UK, with UK, and then you have further use of a city also in the region as the first word usually. So if we would search for, we can also add this city. We get
narrowing down.
Also just those in a result set. Hulme. And okay, we can also see if there are some other variations here in the birth location summary.
There are.
No, yeah, okay, near Manchester.
Oh,
near. Okay.
Interesting, yeah.
Stockwell Court. Okay, this is one even more specific, obviously, and St. Michael's.
Right.
Michael.
That's probably like the church where someone got married.
Yeah, probably. Smaller region.
So is there a way, like if we put in Manchester again, or Manchester, Lancashire, and we just said location equals, and we get our list, is there a way to group those so that we know which of those have that location as a birth, and which ones have it as a death, and which ones have it as a marriage location?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can export not in that manner. You can search now for.
I mean, you can do birth location equals, but I'm wondering if one of the things Tom is wondering is looking for a location and then narrowing down which one of the three primary events it belonged to.
Well, here on the results, you can search for Manchester, for instance, and you will see where it's not found. So here it isn't found, here it wasn't found, here. So you can, by searching for a keyword, you can quickly see
right, it jumps out at
what doesn't have Manchester. So
you.
that
So if
would
you had,
be
presumably, if you had a record that didn't have Manchester highlighted in the birth
at all,
or
then
death,
it's most likely marriage location.
marriage, yeah, okay.
Another possibility is to export this to Excel.
Ah,
And now let's go to get profiles. And now if we open the results in Excel.
Mindy's just joined us. Hey there, Mindy. And Trisha has a couple questions, so I'm putting those questions in the queue, Trisha, so that we don't
okay,
forget
now
them.
here, as you can see,
yeah.
Now here, as you can see, all the profiles are exported, so you can, and you have columns. I don't want.
I can't read that, but I know they want you to buy more or play more or do something.
They want me to buy Office. I don't use
course.
it. So here you have birth location and also the death location further on the right, and also the recognized country and region for each location. And I think also marriages are included.
There's marriage.
Here.
Okay, good.
So here you also have marriage locations, and it can be multi-line. So this profile had 2 marriages, one in Maryland and one in Prince George, Maryland.
Right.
So here you can further analyze any result set that you get.
And that's good to remember that not only, I mean, this tool alone is just so super powerful, but then when you combine that with the ability to download it into a spreadsheet and further analyze it, it's just
yeah, usually if you want to check all the profiles in a project or something like that, you then download it and make some sense of the table and to order, exclude what you can and so on.
Yeah. Good. So Tommy,
that's the way I would do it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah. So Tommy, hopefully that answers the question that you had. And if you're still with us here, Tommy, maybe you can let us know if there's anything else that you'd like clarified. But let me move on to Trisha. Has 2 questions for us. And if there's anyone else who has a question for Aleš, please put it in the chat and we will get to it. So first of all, Trisha's first question. First, love this tool. Yes, Trisha, we do love this tool. It might be a repeat. That's okay. The Florida unsourced report includes Florida in Columbia and in New York. Is there easy way to fix that? So I'm guessing what she wants is just see people from the Florida unsourced report that only has Florida in it, not Columbia and New York.
Okay, unsourced report. So let's go to the project.
Okay. Can I share your screen again?
Oops, sorry.
No problem.
No, this is yours.
Oh,
this is mine. It was shared.
Oh, well, I had hit share.
Oh, you did.
I hit shared, and then you unshared it.
Okay, so Florida. This is report for Florida, and I am using, okay, I am using location filter. So I just search if the word Florida or FL is in the location field. I did change this for a lot of locations, for instance, for England once and so on. Here I'm using the country and recognized region as a search query. I could do the same for US, and then it would reduce the overlap, because now with the way it is, I'm just getting, I mean, the word can repeat, especially if something, there are places named as a state and so on. So like if you,
can you
search
pull up
for Washington, there is probably a lot of duplication.
Okay, so can you pull up that report, unsourced report, and show us what the problem is for the Florida?
This is the report, and now this is so for Florida. Let's go. Florida. So here the query is done just by these two. I'm searching just for Florida. This was done 5 years ago when we didn't know better.
So Tricia says that there's some that have German profiles that are showing up. So
yeah, sure. I mean, here this is the actual query. So unsourced.
Yeah.
And location equals Florida. This is the query that is used. And now if we search for Florida, Florida, we should have some that are not.
So far, they're either in the birth or the death.
Okay. Yeah, because most of them are probably. Okay, let's increase the page size.
Yeah.
200 profiles. Okay. Tampa, Florida. Florida. They are mostly correct. I mean, if there would be a lot of them.
Hudson, Nora Lee Hudson there, uncertain. So I wonder where her Florida came from.
Oh, from birthplace.
Oh, no, I was looking at the wrong one then. Nope. Well, there's an Alabama one that's, well, I mean, it could be the marriage too, right?
Yeah, okay, of course, it's also the marriage, but well, I can switch the results for US states to the recognized country, because if I would say here country, which I do for for a few countries, I already do it this way.
So even though it's technically a region, you can count it as you can enter it as a country?
I have to write region now.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
since I distinguish this, no. So now here we see I can use this and it will produce better results. So it also finds profile like this that have FL in them. And so on, and it doesn't find the ones where the Florida is not at the end, that is at the beginning. Well, actually, what was where did the other Florida appears? What was
there was it looks like Columbia and New York.
Columbia. Columbia, Florida. This is okay.
Yeah. Oh, as opposed to the country Columbia, I guess is what she was. But in the unsourced reports, you could have. Is it true? You could have a profile that shows up in 3 different country unsourced reports if their location.
Yeah, they for each location. This is if any location is. All entered location, the profile shows in all entered location.
Right. So there are 3 different teams that could fix it.
Yeah,
potentially. Okay. It doesn't mean just that if she was born in Florida and that there's no source for that fact, that doesn't mean that's not what generates it unsourced. It just means the whole profile is unsourced, not just the birth fact. Correct?
Correct. Okay. So, but I don't see in the report, in the report, I don't see the that other Floridas would be used.
Yeah.
They're all Florida at the end or in the
Well, maybe
United
Trisha's already
States?
gone through and weeded those out.
Maybe.
Maybe she's already solved the problem. Okay. Well, I think that answers that question. So
well, but I can switch that also for Canada. I think I still use locations.
Yeah.
So if that's of interest, I can switch to the country. But usually the request comes from the project, so project should ask me, and I will switch the reports to be more precise. Now the results will be now better this way.
Well, that'd be good. Okay. I can see that. I mean, especially in the States with so many states and so many names that would, like Washington, that would pop up all over the place. Now, I can't imagine people using Saskatchewan in a lot of different places. I don't think that one would show up by mistake, for example.
Well, but surely you have a few.
Though I do know that Ontario, there's a town in California called Ontario, because I had a package that got sent there instead of coming to my place once.
Okay, so
Ontario, the region is Ontario would be helpful.
So location, Ontario, not region equals Ontario.
Oh yeah.
So these are all Ontarios that are not find Ontario.
That's weird. Oh, because they're using Ont instead of Ontario?
They use equal sign? I didn't. So this is Ontario province, Ontario, New York.
There. Oh, I didn't realize New York had an Ontario.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, if it had gone to Ontario, New York, I could have at least driven and picked it up.
They have Ontario also Ontario County.
Well, New York's on Lake Ontario, so that makes sense, actually. What I think of.
So
there we go.
Actually, if we would go by birth location and birth region. Okay, now we can analyze it, and we'll get all of them.
Right.
Birth location. Show. So
Ontario, New York, Ontario, Canada West. Yeah.
Canada West. In New York, it's a lot. These are all the cities in Ontario County.
Oregon has an Ontario, apparently. Look at that.
So here are
there's
the
California.
results.
There's the California one. Okay. Great. Let's see if we can get Trisha's second question. Is there a way to query if a profile was edited within the past few days or past month?
No.
Okay, well, that was a quick and easy answer.
Well, I was asked recently about this quite a few times, and I don't import the edit logs, so I don't know when the profile was actually edited the most recently.
Right. But now is the last modified date, that is in the WikiTree API, isn't it? So that our apps could pick that up if we...
I think I also... just a second. So, profiles.
He's thinking the same thing as I am.
Here, and this will be in this profile.
Okay, now we're into the deep magic here.
So we have view count. We have view counts, and last edit.
Okay, there we go.
when the profile was created. Well, actually, I have the last edit. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So we refer back to Kay's earlier comment. We can't do it right now. Maybe. So that's already a field that you have access to if you wanted to. Or no?
Yeah, this is. I mean, I wasn't even aware that this field is imported. Hey,
Right.
oh, actually,
That's new, isn't it?
no, it wasn't. But when I was asked last time, I added the field to the import definition, and I think now it got imported. So maybe that's the reason it's there.
But you haven't built the keyword for it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I also don't know how to build a keyword for that. What, by date or?
Something like last edited, and if you put a number for the number of days since the last edit. So if you said last edit equals 7, then any profile with 7 or less.
Something like that might be used. Or
last edit greater than 7, equals 7, or less than 7, for example. We're thinking on the fly here, folks. We might be seeing the birth of a new feature in the WikiTree Plus. So that's exciting.
Last edit year.
Oh, it's just a year. Or is
yeah, Oh, okay, I got it. I'm using this for the keywords never edited or last edit in 2014, 15. So the profiles that weren't edited for, or that were never edited or weren't edited for a long time. But I don't do that for the last week or so.
Okay. So Trisha has a suggestion for a couple keywords we could use: recent 7 or recent 30 for someone, that something that's been edited in the last week or in the last month.
That would be actually last 2 weeks, or because
because you only dump it once a week, right?
Yes, the index gets built once a week. That's why I wasn't I didn't even think in the direction that I would display the profiles that were edited in last 7 days, because data is up to 8 days old.
That's old news. Yeah, that's right. That's true. Yeah, because of the way the nature of it.
This wouldn't really be a good search qualifier. Maybe last month or last year. Those two might be useful magic keywords.
I think, you're right. Yeah, because just a reminder of people who are joining us, if they haven't been regular viewers, the WikiTree Plus runs on a different server, and that all the data gets dumped once a week. So some of the data is up to a week or 6 days and a few hours old, right? So queries like what's been changed in the last 3 days will not show up here right away. Now, Kay said that there is a last edited keyword. Is that in WikiTree Plus, Kay, that you're talking about?
That's in WikiTree Plus. It's on the help page.
So how does that work?
Find last. So you have these keywords. So you can search for profiles that were never edited or weren't edited since 2008 up to 2014.
Oh, it doesn't go to 2022?
No, because there is really no point in searching the profiles that weren't edited for 2 years. I mean, come on. I mean, when I was doing this, I was looking. I mean, at the time, it was the size of the index was the problem. So I decided to use 214 because with 2014 I think we have several 100,000 profiles, but then we have 10 million profiles per year. So and those are really not useful keywords then. But now I'm just checking if I could, so filter last edit. I could put last edit here in the export. Okay, let's save this. Okay, it's saved. Now let's check the back and view the results in Excel.
Okay. And if it shows up here, then that could be another thing you could group by, right? Last edit year. Yes? No?
Something is wrong. Was I too fast? Nope.
Maybe you need to regenerate the search. I don't know.
Nope.
While you're doing that, Kay is suggesting that it would be great to have a date range, last edited between X and Y, but tough to validate the user input. Yeah. Yeah, Kay ran across that. She was doing an update to her BioCheck app and ran into problems with dates being entered in different formats and trying to having to fix that.
Join the club, yeah.
Join the club. Dates, yes. We all hate managing dates. For some reason, I thought when those date fields had
with this last change, it seems I broke something. So let's just.
Well, it is 10:07. Should we stop now so you can go back and?
No, I undid the change. Now it should work. I think.
Now it should work. Okay, good. So wow, that hour went by really quickly. Is there anything new from this past month that you wanted to show us, or should we hold that off till our August?
Oh no, I think it was only this relation was a really significant change.
And you showed us that. That's great. Yeah.
The other, I don't I don't think there was anything else new. But I can check quickly.
Okay.
So this is the reports latest, and here I have the previous news.
Right.
So relation was added. These are, we explained a few queries how you can use.
Yeah, I love how.
I wrote a documentation on the search priority. So.
Oh, nice.
Here is a few more sentences on that.
Left to right.
For those that read Boolean algebra.
Those who like to read manuals, and like Boolean algebra. That's excellent.
Edit search log. Okay, I switched. I added missing his image suggestion.
Oh.
So this lists find 971. This lists all the where the image is used in the biography, but it doesn't exist. So
yes,
for instance, here 5 PNG is used and it's not. It doesn't exist. So something is probably wrong. So this is interesting one. Clarke. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is that one of mine?
I don't think so, but
No.
um,
Okay, good.
okay, this is new. I think nothing else significant was done.
Okay.
Yeah, I am okay. Male, female, and no gender. I don't know if this was already mentioned. So you can now search profiles by male. This was requested for Y-DNA and mtDNA studies, and also no gender keywords. So you can find profiles without the gender entered.
Mm-hmm.
And the merges were the pent and pending merge were split into 2 keywords, so
That's nice.
you can do more precise search. And
Excellent.
each week there are a few 20 new URL errors, because I'm doing revalidation of the profiles that were scanned in 2020 and 2021.
Right.
Or 2022, I'm not sure. 20 and 21, so first 2 years.
Yeah.
Initial scan and 1 year. And I'm almost over, or maybe 2 more weeks. In 2 weeks, all the URLs will be rescanned. But we got over approximately 200,000 new suggestions for that.
Oh my goodness.
It's terrible. I'm surprised that there's such a huge degradation of links.
Yeah, in just a few years.
In 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, like after 10 years, it's not surprising.
Okay, that is 200,000 out of 8 million links, but still, it's quite a lot, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we are aware that some sites went offline, but for most of them, either they're restructured or something. The link, but the point is that link is not working.
Right. Great. Okay, well, I think that's a jam-packed session. I think we should leave it there. But thank you very much, Aleš. That was a great session, and I'm glad I didn't have to do it alone and just muddle through. But that was super. And anyways, great to see people. This coming Friday, I want to remind you that bingo, we have the Ty Cobb Museum is a special guest on the noon bingo, and there's lots of other things going on. So check out WikiTree, the GGG post for all the other things that are coming to WikiTree, and get ready for a week from this weekend when we have our Connect-a-thon. And you'll be connecting from the camp, Aleš?
Yes. Yes, of course. The summer one is always from here.
It's always
and
fun,
now
yeah.
I do have something to work on since our church books came online, so I can search for relatives.
Excellent.
In them.
Well, that's great. Super. Well, thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you around. Take care. Bye.